Hello, it's Tracy Daviero here from Your VA Mentor. We are in summer is no, we are in fall. Summer is over, and so here's got my trusty sweater on. It's actually quite cool out today. There's huge clouds coming through this side, but they always seem to go around us. I don't know. We joke and say we put the shields up here where I live, and then it's beautiful over there, or it seems relatively beautiful, but it is definitely windy. So I have my little notes here and stuff crawling all over it. So hi, welcome back to our Facebook Lives. We're back on track for these and getting back to work. And really that's what my topic of today's live is about getting back to work and recognizing that, summer was busy for everybody for various reasons. Hopefully you got some holidays in or were able to take a little bit of time off and enjoy it with your family. I know that we had, it seemed to be a really quick summer here for me. July, first couple of weeks of July were slow, everybody was away and it was, everybody was getting into their new routines. So, but yeah, started to pick up again a couple of weeks ago as people started to get back to work. Actually, I think some people's kids actually went back to school a couple of weeks ago or maybe a week ago. So I know that helps as well. So I want to talk about getting back to work. One of the things that happens, and we have family dinner at my mom's house every Tuesday, and yesterday everybody showed up. And of course, it was the first day of school. It's always the first day after Labor Day here. And everybody's exhausted, right? Because they're not used to going to bed early. They're not used to the new routine. And although some of us are adults, it's still your routine is your routine. And so, we just talk about how getting the struggle of getting things done regularly back to normal. So I wanted to talk about habits and routines and that kind of thing, and a couple of tips for you to implement into your business so that you can get. Sorry, my road is really loud today. I don't know why the noisy cars are all driving by. But just, some things that can help you get back to work a little bit more easily. And even if you have not stopped working over the summer, maybe your clients are getting back into the swing of things. Maybe your clients are planning, new things in their business. I know for me, I've got a lot going on and that makes my team busy and that makes me busy as well, busier than it has been the last couple of months. So there's always a lot of sort of things to manage and that type of thing. And one of the first things that is really important to implement is to put together a routine that works for you. And you may have had this in place back in June or whatever, but it's really important to either put something in place or get something back in place that was there and sort of has disappeared. And one of the things I talk about a lot is that I don't pick up my email before 9 a.m. every day. And I think that that's a really important thing because I have to preserve my time. I need to make sure that I am getting the things done in my business that I need to get done. And so to do that, I get ready to handle the work of other people the day before, right? So I've got my task list always running. I know exactly what it is that I need to get done. I left it inside, but I have my notebook, my spiral notebook that sits open on my desk all day with the things that I need to get done. And some of those are things for my business and some of those are things for my clients and for, my colleagues, the people I work with, my partners more so. As you know, I don't do a lot of VA work myself anymore. And so, but that typically would have been client work before, being responsible for other people's stuff. And so what I put this rule in place or boundary in place a long time ago, as a matter of fact, that I looked at their stuff at 9 o'clock in the morning, other people's stuff. So that would mean that I had the time up until then, and I have an alarm that goes off on my phone that says, it's 9 o'clock, time to check email. And so I would go ahead and do whatever I needed to do for my business or in my morning routine up until that time. So if I had a lot of things to do for my own business, I just get up earlier, right? Knowing that 9 o'clock was my end time, my stop time, and that's when I needed to kind of, open everything else and start working on other people's stuff. So that may not be exactly the way things work for you, but it's what I'm talking about is building that routine, knowing that at this certain time of day, you're going to be doing something that is, very black and white, and you put that time in your calendar and you hold that time sacred for whatever it is that you're intending that time to be used for. So routines are really, really important. And, maybe it's just as simple as, you do your to-do list the night before, and at, the end of every day, you're looking at what got done, what didn't get done, and updating your calendar and your schedule for the following day. That's a routine as well. Maybe a routine for you is just taking a break every couple of hours or every hour to get up and walk around, or have your meals not at your desk, but have your meals away from your desk. There's lots of different things that you can incorporate as routine in your business, and they don't just have to be around what you're going to do and what time you're going to do it at. It could be things that are for your self-care as well. So it's really important to look at whatever you're doing on a regular basis in your business and build routines into your work day, your work week, so that you can manage the time that you have to put into your business and also manage all the things that you need to do. One of the second things, and it's related very, very closely to routines, is habits. And so what you want to start looking at, I always think of September as kind of a fresh month, because obviously the weather changes crazy, like it does here. Yesterday it was like shorts and sandals weather. So but habits go into that. And so look at how you're doing things. Look at maybe how you're managing your email, whether it's that you're looking at it a number of times a day, or whether you're getting bogged down in certain details that are kind of messing up your schedule and that kind of thing. Whatever it is. So you need to look at the way you're working, the way you're doing things, and identify whether there can be some changes made there. Habits are things that I think that there's always a quote that people talk about. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So if you decide, like if you're trying to lose weight and you decide that you're going to go to the gym, they say you have to go every single day and push yourself to go every single day, because it takes some time to build that habit. That's the same with your business. Anything that you're going to be doing in your business, you have to develop that, taking time to build that habit into your life and into your daily routine, so that it becomes more natural for you. And some things never become natural. But one of the things that I suggested to a colleague of mine the other day was, putting a time in the calendar to actually check email, but not just to check the email, but to process the email. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people I know don't set a start and an end time for doing the things that they need to do. So you set a start time, you say at 10 o'clock, I'm going to do my social media check-ins, or I'm going to, write my newsletter, or whatever it is. And there's no end time on the end of that. And so what happens is the day can totally get away from us, right? It's very, very easy. If I look at my list at the end of the day and say, okay, I did not get everything done that I needed to get done, what happened? What I can generally refer to is a habit of the way I'm working to be the culprit of the reason that I didn't get things done. And so you probably will find that too, as you start to really look at those things. And so the habit is about putting a stop time on the end of things as well. So what I suggested for my colleague was, start at 10 o'clock, book in a half an hour or an hour to process your email, not to go and manage it and do all the tasks, but say, okay, I have 20 emails that came in. And so, again, this may not even take an hour. It may only take 15 or 20 minutes. I have no idea. I know a lot of people get a lot of email, especially if you have a lot of clients, or if you're working with a large team. And so, for me, my email only takes me 5 minutes sort of every time. But what we do is we go into the email, and instead of taking this one and answering it, and taking this one and going and doing the research and doing the project and whatever, we take all of the email, we process it and say, okay, this I have to do this afternoon, this I have to do, this I can do tomorrow. And you respond to the clients, or whoever is, the sender, you respond to them and let them know that you got it, and this is when you'll work on it. And then you can take all of those pieces, those 20 emails, and you can drop those into your calendar and say, this is when I'm going to work on those things. Not a matter of 10 o'clock, I have to get all of this done. Not everything that someone sends you to do is urgent. And it's up to you to make those decisions about what is going to fit into your calendar and when. And, sometimes if you say to your client, you get something today and say, okay, I can get that done for you by Friday, that might cause a little anxiety on their end. That's not something that you've done for them before, but you want to make sure that they know you're managing your calendar and say, okay, this is not that urgent. Can we get that done by Friday? And I have to do all of these other things in the meantime. And so you want to be able to get to that point where you are the one dictating what you do and when. And the habit of managing your email like that is a really big one. And the last thing is kind of a little bit woo-woo. I get a little bit woo-woo sometimes whenever I'm talking about habits and routines and that type of thing, is you want to be able to set intentions too. This is something that is a really it's a really powerful thing to do. What do you want to get done? What do you intend to? And like I say, I had a client who was a feng shui specialist before, and she used to say, write your intention down and bury it in the flower pot. And I'm like, okay, I don't go that far. Okay. And I don't know. I never did it. I don't know if that was something that was really helpful for her. I don't know that she had a whole house full of plants with notes in them. But for me, writing things down is really key. I think for all of us it is, because it's how we manage, the big task list that we have all the time. And so, but writing things down that you intend, whether it's your to-do list, those are intentions, right? Things that you are working towards, goals that you have, things that you want to accomplish. And I'm not talking arbitrary, but I'm talking really specific things. Make sure that you're writing these things down and setting the intention for how you want to work, the habits you want to build, the routines you want to put in place, the people you want to work with, the stuff you want to do, if you want to raise your rates. You want to be able to set those things and write those things down and say, okay, this is what I want to do. Particularly now, like I said, when the seasons change and things, we start to look at change all over the place. That's one of the things that I always look at is, how are your rates? What do your rates look like? And is there an opportunity for you to change them, to increase them, to package them? Jumping from hourly to package is not always necessary. It's sometimes just a matter of getting a proper hourly rate working for you so that you're happy working that way, your clients are happy. And packages are not always the thing that you need to go to. It's about, are you charging enough for what you do? Are you happy with the amount of money you're making? And if not, then maybe that's the change that you need to make. So setting intentions is another thing that really is important. Writing them down, I think, is the key to be able to see what it is that you really want, because what you can do then is you can manage your time, you can manage your calendar, you can manage your whole plan between now and, people talk in quarters in business all the time. So you could do it between now and by January. You could have everything in place that you want if you just structure things properly and get into those get those goals into your calendar and get those little tiny action steps that you need to take every day working for you. So that is what I've got for you today. I hope that gave you some tips. Like I say, welcome back. Some of you never went away. It's okay. I did, so it's okay. I've been the one who's gone. So welcome back to me. And I would love to hear your comments and your things that you do in your business. And put them in the comments below. And I'd also love to hear whatever topics you want me to cover on these lives. I am back weekly now that we're back in September. Back weekly. I'll be doing them once a week. And look forward to covering the topics that you want to know about and share my expertise, tips, and resources and that kind of thing for you. So take care. Have a super day. Bye.